We have also money politics, but the difference is in Colombia is narcotics. Narcotic trading, one of the factor. But here is what we call the business. Jadi businessmen always pay for everything, and even the candidates of the mayor, of the candidate of even president, and the candidate of senator, senate, it's always pay a lot. If they want to win. Maybe the president is poor, but the group behind the president are very rich.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand that? Because they had a business. Okay, that's always similar. Jadi hampir sama orang Indonesia dan di Colombia. Bedanya hanya di sana pakai drugs, kalau di sini bisnis. Paham ya saya kira ya? Ya. Ada lagi pertanyaan, silakan.
Oke. Jadi pertanyaan saya tadi terkait apakah ada konflik ideologi di Kolombia gitu mengenai sejarah sayap kanan dan sayap kiri yang ada di Kolombia. Pertanyaan saya tadi itu berdasarkan dari sejarah Indonesia sendiri, di mana saya mengingat konteks genosida massal yang terjadi di Indonesia tahun 1965 begitu. Kemudian pertanyaan kedua itu terkait bagaimana peran wanita atau perempuan di Kolombia begitu.
Pendapat Anda tentang
sangat menarik karena saya jadi tahu juga sejarah dari Kolombia itu sendiri, kemudian permasalahannya apa saja, karena dikaitkan dengan mata kuliah ini kan juga isu-isu global begitu. Kemudian tadi saya menyimpulkan bahwasanya perjuang walaupun ada perempuan-perempuan yang menduduki di Kongres begitu, bahkan former presidennya juga merupakan perempuan juga, namun tetap saja perjuangan perempuan itu masih terbilang sangat jauh begitu ya. Begitu Pak. Terima kasih Bapak.
Ada lagi yang mau pendapat?
Iya Mas Niko.
Sama-sama.
Tidak apa-apa. Tentang kuliah ini. Mau yang mau membawa
sama-sama ini. Dan terima kasih Anda juga.
Terserah.
Bareng aja boleh Pak?
Bareng-bareng Pak.
Pendapat saya tentang kuliah tamu hari ini sangat menarik Pak. Dapat menambah wawasan dan pengetahuan tentang isu-isu yang ada di Kolombia seperti itu. Mungkin dari kalau saya sendiri ya tertarik gitu kan, soalnya ada sedikit persamaan juga sama Indonesia masalah ekonomi. Di Kolombia juga merasakan hal yang sama gitu. Tapi tadi saya benar mau nanya, cuma udah ditutup. Saya mau nanya tentang gini, kan di Indonesia juga mengalami kayak kemiskinan gitu. Nah, pemerintah Indonesia kan menanggulangi atau mengatasinya dengan cara pemberdayaan, memberi bantuan. Nah, saya penasaran kalau di Kolombia itu bagaimana cara mengatasi kemiskinan tersebut gitu Pak.
Bisa tanya langsung Pak.
Baik, terima kasih. Iya.
I would like to go. Kapan?
Anunya udah tahu WA-nya. Oke, nanti kita umumkan.
Ya, terima kasih. Politik sistem is president dan kongres dan banyak partai politik. Could say that the political parties are in the left wing.
Kiri. Partai kiri.
Partai kiri, partai kanan, dan di tengah. But the tengah tends to be more kiri. We almost semua Amerika Latin berbahasa Spanyol atau bahasa Portugis.
Di Kolombia bahasa apa?
Colombia bahasa Spanyol. Bahasa Spanyol seperti Peru, Venezuela, Argentina, Mexico, and half of the Amerika Serikat, maybe because half of the Tanaj dari Amerika Serikat kemarin was of Mexico, of Spanyol Imperium. Because of the Spanish colonization, we speak Spanish. We have the agama Kristen, Catholic. Jadi kolonisasi, agama baru, bahasa baru, kami tidak punya bahasa-bahasa lokal. Dan kami tidak punya juga suku
Suku.
Suku. Ya, exactly. Kami tidak punya suku. Ada suku tapi kecil sedikit. Ya, mereka berada minoritas.
Suku apa namanya?
No, banyak itu could be Arawakos di utara negara. Also, some people in the hutan Amazonas. But the most of the composition of the people could be like European descendant, kulit yang putih, African descendants, the Aboriginals, and seperti saya like campur, like mestizo, like a mix of everything. We won independence in the tahun 1810. And from the Spanish Empire, this is another topic. A lot of wars. There is one theory in Colombian history, like the way of doing politics in Colombia was by violence, by wars, right? That was the way of legitimate the political power. Now, with this topic, maybe we could start. So, having in mind that Colombia and Indonesia punya banyak berbeda, in the 50s and 60s of the past century, abad ke-20, there arose a lot of left-wing guerrillas groups, right? That is another global topic of that era, but mostly because America Latin was also part of the then called Third World, so the rise to make like try a socialist country, and of course the America Latin is in the sphere of influence of America's Sericat, right? So America's Sericat also joined with another approach, another strategy to help people, but also to fight the guerrillas. And that's like to understand that Colombia is not just Colombia by negara, but it's better to understand it between dalam semua Amerika Latin, right? Karena even that we are negara beda, we have like a budaya yang hampir, ya.
Hampir sama ya?
Ya, hampir sama. Semua kita jika saya pergi ke Mexico, saya berbahasa Spanyol dan saya sama agama. Jika saya pergi ke Argentina, the sama situation. Jika saya pergi ke Brasil, ya mungkin beda bahasa, tapi we can even understand bahasa Portugis and Spanyol are hampir similar. So the leftist guerrillas arise in that political ideology, yeah. Tapi mostly since the 70s started the phenomenon of the narcoba, drug trafficking, because they were they needed, of course, they needed resources to maintain the fight, right? So in Colombia, first started sedikit with marijuana.
Grass. Marijuana.
Yeah. Marijuana. In the 70s, it started with that, mostly in the north of the country, and this is like a very good way to understand that it's a global issue, because if you produce drugs, of course, someone has to consume them, right? Yeah. And all the production is, of course, not for inside the country. The production is made to export. To export to who? Mainly, the final consumers are in America's Sericat and in Europa. Yeah. So this is a whole chain that is like this. Ya terlalu kecil. La razón, ¿qué es esto? Agree close. Yeah, like the drug trafficking chain is is like this. So could be produced in Colombia atau Peru atau Bolivia juga. Dan karena Colombia punya dua laut, the Caribe dan Pacific, it's lebih mudah to export that by kapal atau pesawat yang kecil, avioneta, like tiny pesawat. So it started that drug trafficking in the 70s, and like this, for example, the guerrilla in the Kiri is FARC. They were founded in the 50s, and the guerrilla in the Canaan is ELN, and they were founded by the ideology of the Cuban Revolution, right? The Cuban Revolution was a socialist revolution, very decade of America's decade. So that was a whole event in the, maybe in world history and in the American continent history. And this is another, like, one thing important to understand is that a way to maintain power in some places di luar kota-kota di Colombia, it's a lot by armed forces, yeah? Because not always the government in the history has had the power, the sovereignty to have control of places like the countrysides, like the jungle, places very jauh from the cities. Like, I am a city person, could say, like, and orang dari kota yang terbesar, jadi tidak ada armed forces like this, yeah. Tapi di jauh, of course, they control a lot of territory. So the chain of narcoba in Colombia was very strong in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, with cocaine most of all. I'm pretty sure that maybe you know this man, that is Pablo Escobar. This is the real one in the Kiri, and in the Canaan is the one from Netflix. Oh, and di sini, semua orang yang saya bilang kepada dia, mereka say, wow, Pablo Escobar, kamu tahu tentang dia? Yeah, of course, tentu saja. And yeah, for me, it has showed me like kenapa orang di sini tahu tentang Pablo Escobar, kenapa dia terkenal orang dari Colombia, and that is just a reality, as a social. The view of ilmu social, that's just the reality, right? I never get offended with that thing because it's just the way it is. So, Pablo Escobar, a lot in the 80s and 90s. But after he died, the cartels died, and like the business of the drugs have been distributed with so many groups that I know you gather, make a kelompok of 100 orang, you buy guns, and you make a new drug traffic, right? Because who produces the drugs is the campesinos, ¿cómo se dice? Campesinos. The people of the countryside.
Orang desa.
Orang apa?
Orang desa, countryside.
Yeah.
Oh ya, orang pedalaman. Pedalaman.
Yeah. Orang pedalaman. Yeah, they produce that because also impoverishment in countrysides. So they have to grow crops of something, and the guerrillas buy it by a very good price, right? So it's not like the people of the countryside, they are producing drugs, but they are just growing crops, like they could be kentang atau kacang, like whatever. Exactly. Just they need a way of living, for makan. But the armed groups are the ones who have the power of the commerce, right? Yeah. So they produce, they refine the drugs, and they export it to another places of America, and untuk kirim itu untuk Amerika Serikat harus pergi pertama ke Mexico, and Mexico is experiencing like the things that Colombia experienced in the 80s and 90s, right? Now you see that in Mexico also the series of the Chapo Guzman and a lot of Narcova. Yeah, because they are having that experience of violence and drugs that we have maybe in the 80s and 90s, right? So the global issue of Narcova that Colombia necessarily has to be in the whole American continent and export to Europa, right? But in the Dalam Negara, the Narcova has like a keduanya status, yeah, because it's legal and illegal at the same time. For example, if jika kita berada di Colombia sekarang, kita bisa mempunyai sampai 20 gram dari marijuana, for example, atau
It's legal.
ya. Atau bisa kecil cocaine like sampai
Boleh.
sedikit gram.
Boleh.
Ya, boleh. It's not like no one is taken to jail for that.
Ya.
Tapi jika kamu menjual itu
Itu yang dilarang.
dilarang.
Tidak boleh.
Ya.
Tapi kalau memakai boleh.
Ya.
Memakai.
Bisa. Tapi for example, if you smoke weed in a taman park,
Ya. Dan ada marijuana.
Maybe could, maybe not. It depends on the police.
Itu boleh.
How do you be
Boleh.
like the police?
Boleh.
Kinda. So, as I told you, it's not like in this case. It's not a matter of hitam and putih.
Ya.
It's like abu-abu.
Ya.
So dan di dalam rumahmu kamu bisa mempunyai sampai 19 plants.
Ya. Tanaman. Boleh menanam ganja di rumah.
Tanaman ganja. Ya, exactly. Contoh, kemarin ibuku kirim saya foto tentang beberapa gram dari marijuana untuk melakukan oil.
Ya, minyak.
Oil. Karena marijuana also adalah a plant like untuk kesehatan.
Ya.
To the sakit. It has many uses.
Bisa mengobati ya.
Healthy uses. Itu obat. I think it's different with cocaine, of course, because cocaine is like a more complex. Marijuana is just the plant and the flowers, but the cocaine needs a more specialized process. And it's also expensive, and it's not the same status as marijuana or other drugs. Maybe we can pass that issue by now. Nanti mungkin kita bisa belajar lebih tentang itu. Setelah kainan narkotrafiko.
Sekarang saya bersama Nico.
Ya.
Ini mahasiswa dari Kolombia.
Ya.
Nico ini sudah berapa bulan di sini?
Sudah 2 bulan dan mungkin 10 hari.
Dan tadi bilang katanya pertama kali ke Indonesia bahasa Indonesia 0.
Dari nol. Sebelumnya datang di sini mungkin saya belajar
Sedikit
satu
sekali ya?
minggu di Duolingo.
Di mana? Di Kolombia?
Ya.
Oke.
No, dari
Di mana?
di ketika di pesawat.
Oh ya.
Ya, untuk sini karena
Di
4
pesawat,
hari
ya?
jadi
Iya,
Duolingo.
Tetapi sekarang
kasih.
bahasa Indonesia udah bagus. Ambil les di UMN.
Terima kasih.
Ambil les.
Ambil les.
Kursus bahasa Indonesia.
Ya, bahasa Indonesia untuk penutur asing.
Ya, dan 2 bulan oke, cukup.
Iya. No, ya, cukup.
Bagaimana kesan Anda?
Saya suka belajar itu, tapi lebih suka jalan-jalan di luar dan berbicara tentang orang Indonesia.
Bagaimana orang Indonesia? Bagus?
Sangat bagus.
Wah,
Sangat
ramah, agresif?
ramah. No, bukan.
Tidak agresif ya?
Ya, tidak agresif.
Tidak suka berteman?
Sangat ramah.
Oke.
Dan
Sambil makan silakan.
dan mereka juga mereka suka juga berbicara.
Oh ya, itu
Ngobrol.
membantu juga.
Itu membantu
Makanya
juga.
bahasa Indonesia cepat sekali ya.
Ya, mereka
Gara-gara orang Indonesia suka membantu.
appreciate
Ya,
it,
ya.
jadi
Kalau ada orang
ya,
asing.
membantu saya.
Wow, menarik sekali ya Niko.
Oke,
Oke,
terima kasih.
silakan makan. Kami sedang makan bebek ini
Makan
di sini.
bebek.
Ya,
Itu
silakan.
tidak biasanya di Kolombia makan bebek.
Makanan Indonesia suka makanan.
Ya,
Apa
sangat
yang paling suka?
Pecel, rawon, soto,
Apa saja ya?
semua.
Cewek Indonesia suka?
Ya, sangat suka.
Baik ya.
Cewek di sini ya cantik dan pintar.
Wow, suka bergaul,
Ya.
suka berteman. Oke, saya kira cukup gitu aja.
Oke.
Nanti saya sambung dengan kuliah Anda.
Oke.
Makasih banyak Niko.
Terima kasih
Selamat
semuanya.
makan.
Terima kasih. Selamat makan.